Hello everybody and welcome back to Columbus Aviation. Today we are going to be hopping back into Airport CEO and starting a new airport today, so pretty exciting. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do here, so I'm just going to kind of create my character and see where we go. So I've got the same mods enabled as before, except for one more new code-based mod, which adds elevated exterior elements, which I will do a showcase on those in the near future. Comment down below if you want to see that. So I'm just gonna name this guy, what do I want to name him? I'm just gonna name him Columbus Aviation, because that's me. Alright, so I've kind of got a vision. I kind of want to maybe do something Idaho. Maybe Sandpoint area. I don't know where Sandpoint actually is. That's an issue. Alright, so that's the Flathead Lake of Montana. So this is Kalispell. Which means this is like Sandpoint? I don't know. Pullman, Moscow. Okay, Lewiston. Where's Boise? Boise's like down here, right? It would really help to see a map. Oh, Boise. Okay. So we're gonna do a secondary Boise airport. So Boise Municipal Jetport. We're not stealing from Portland, Maine here. And we're actually gonna just steal their code, but change it to a B. Large map. Let's go with easy mode just for fun, and hop right on into it. All right, so we are here in our airport. Really cool, standard map, I guess. So first thing, I'm gonna just skip the introduction. Although we are going to follow it much more closely than my last, I guess, mini-series, because I'm not going to finish it after this. This is kind of the start of the next series and the killing of the previous one. So we did not really at all follow the tutorial, and we're not really going to follow it this time either, but we're going to be more true to it. So yeah, I am going to create like a little roundabout type of thing here. So I'm just going to see some units 654. Okay. Okay, so these three tiles are technically the center. That's annoying. Oh well. Let's just be slightly off center then. That's fine. So I'll just have this road go up for now. We also need a contractor, so let's get that and deploy all of the workers. And I think I'm gonna do a roundabout type of thing. I'm also, so since I just recently, well, since the, God, I can't talk right now. Since the elevated exteriors code-based mod was just recently released, it will be easier to do more parking and less space, because you can do like parking garage types of structures. But I think I'm just going to still save a little bit of space down there. I don't need to save that much space for it, for parking, but I might as well. There's really nothing else I can do without space for now. So I'm gonna see, that's 2. Okay, so I'm going to move these. Okay, so we've got like our basic setup here. I'm going to extend that by that much. And then down here, come down, and then same thing here. And we should be 11 tiles away and 11 tiles away. Perfect. And I will basically just put those down on their own little dedicated road at the end. should be the other way around. And then I will, boom, whoa, misplacing. And I'll put the contractor sites there, and then I'll have these built. And then I'll have some nice looking sidewalk put around them. So it just looks kind of better. And then this should support us for like the rest of the series. So that's good. And now that those are constructed and accessible, I can delete that and that bit of road, which gives us a little bit of money back. I forgot part of the roundabout, which is just fine. I can put that in now. And then I can do down here some more of these sidewalks. Alright, so we've got like a little premise set up. I've been playing a lot of Cities Skylines lately, so although that's, you know, not going to be on this channel, it's helping me kind of create a bit of an entrance to things here. So I'm just, this roundabout isn't centered. I'm sorry? What? I get my mistake, okay? It wasn't as big of a mistake as I thought it was. I was very nervous there for a moment. Okay, so I can just make this all one way, and we are good. So that should be good for traffic management. I just realized I still messed up how I wanted to do it. I wanted a two-way system, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna run these out a little bit more. Yeah, perfect. And then why am I not getting deliveries? Okay, they figured it out. This is monumentous. Monumentous? Monumental. I don't know. What am I saying? Okay, so let's rebuild those now that they can actually drive. Let's rebuild all of this that we had to destroy. Okay, now we can hopefully rebuild the one-way system. Okay, we're good. Okay, so something I wanted to do was kind of, whoa. I mean, I can do, well, that's not parking. I can do parking in here, right? Something I wanted to do was have, like, my terminal kind of just come, like, right along here. But I'm not sure if that's possible with how I've got this laid out. So let me see that really quickly. If I just have this here. Okay, so yeah, that won't be possible. What I can do is something like this, where I have that feeding into the roundabout. And then I do this here. And it looks kind of, yeah. So I have the one-way system feeding into the actual roundabout. I like that. And then I can just fill in these sidewalks here, here, wow, here, wow. Okay. And there, and then I can pull this down and around like that. And then do the same thing on the other side. Wait, hold on. Alright, fill that in. Perfect. And then bring that down and down like that. And then also make this part of the one-way system. So basically you can continue straight through or go down, out, and out. My bad. And I kind of want to put a pond in the middle of there. So I'm going to put a pond in the middle of there. Looks nice. And actually, I'm going to put a pond here too. I just spent $90,000 on ponds. Okay. This is plenty of terminal. So I'm just going to build like... I didn't need that much. There. A lot of terminal. And this is just going to be for small aircraft. I realize I don't have any mods with small aircraft. So, this is just setup. This episode is purely setup. I will make sure to have one of those by the next episode. So let's put in some windows. Perfect. Okay. Now let's put like a staff room right in the middle. I don't usually do that. So we're gonna put a staff room right in the middle in the back here. We're gonna create like a little staff area. And then put the doors in right there. And so what we can do here is we can do desks like that, and then desks like this, and then perfect. We can fit, maybe that's a little bit of a tight squeeze. Let's do one chair. Let's just do 4 chairs, and we'll do more of these staff rooms, and then we'll fill those in. Now let's figure out a color that we want to do these. I always like making the desks like a clean white, but I think maybe we could find like a cool blue for the seating. I like that dark blue. And then we could do like a gray for the tables. And maybe even the desks. So yeah, I like how that complements the blue a little bit. So we're going to do that. We're going to not allow contractors in there because they just take up space. And then let's put like a nice dark wood in. That looks pretty nice. Let's see. We could just make this like all a staff area. Back there. So I think we're going to. Everything behind that line. And let's hire some administrators. So I think I got 5, maybe 6. I got 6. So that's perfect. We can just get our commercial license going. And let's see, I'll hire a janitor or 2. I'll hire 2 janitors, 3 janitors, and 3 service technicians. And then I will create some staff restrooms. Let's see. I made that one too big. Alright, so I think just like this little 3x3 design here for some staff bathrooms is fine. And then we can just fill that in like that. Perfect. And do that. And then we can easily make 4 staff bathrooms out of this. We can make these staff only. I don't know, I like giving staff their own space. And then we can put in, not windows, not into the bathrooms. Let's put in 4 doors, obviously, for each bathroom. And then we can do something like this with a toilet on the side. And then sink, 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 sink. Whoa, why did I lose the bathroom there? Hand dryer, hand dryer, hand dryer, hand dryer, and then we can do 4 trash cans, which I always like to put in bathrooms. It just kind of ties everything together. And then we can get some flooring for that, but in the meantime, we just got our commercial license completed, so let's open up the bathrooms here and make those employee only. Perfect. And then we should look at operations, and I want to get the extended commercial, no, I want to get the medium aircraft permit just for some of the things you can get from that. Like medium check-in desks. In the meantime, I'm going to put passenger info display there. An info desk. And then, yeah, 2 more info desks. And we'll color those blue. Like the seating. Wow, voice crack. So we're going to make this whole staff area have the same wood. But we're going to give the bathrooms a nice tile. I kind of like that tile. So we're going to go with it. Now, obviously, I'll need some more... I'll need some passenger service agents for those eventually. So I'll hire those eventually. Do the contractors for real just hang out in the staff bathrooms? Or is it just... Are they just stuck? Okay. So I could get to work placing stands, but I'm not sure exactly where I want to put them yet. I do have a small idea. Where I do a security and one of those like that. I'm actually gonna replace the security checkpoint, and then I do it back here. And then I've got space for I don't know, a small staff room where I can just seat a couple more people. And then I can put like... So, yeah, I just kind of completely changed the vision for this airport. So, I think I want 2 doors here. And then this is going to just be the end of the staff zone. And, yeah. So this will be all staff only. And then let's replicate that on the other side. But let's first get the flooring in here. And just complete this space. So let's get the desks I wanted to get. Where is that menu? Staff. Perfect. Okay, so we can only fit 1. Which is a shame. You know what? Bang. 2. So yeah, we don't even need a door on there. And then let's replicate that on the opposite side. So let's do 4x3. Put 2 desks in there. Do that wall like that. Do that wall just out. And then 2 away from that wall, we can do security exit. And like that. Boom. And boom. And then we go out 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, actually. And we do this. And that, oops. And that looks very good. So we can copy over the floor now. Perfect. This looks really good. So I will get the floor construction permit, and I will make sure there's a way to cross between each side, so it's not just 2 different concourses. I'll make sure this is all connected. In the meantime, we should probably get some security rolling in here. So I'm going to put the secure exit all the way down here. 5 by 4, right? Yes. And no, I need space for check-in, so I will just end it like that right there. I have to think about this a little bit because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do here. And I need to have the medium aircraft permit to be able to visualize this more. So this is coming together nicely. And this is probably the entire size I want this terminal to be. I highly doubt expansion being in the near future. So let's fast forward through the night. Just so we can get this permit faster. Any minute now. Perfect. Alright, okay, so this is much bigger than I had expected. But I think with the amount of passengers we're going to be seeing, if we just put it like there, maybe there, that would be enough. So I am going to create a wall there. I created that 7 long, so I'll do that there too. And then I'll do that, right? Okay, that is the right length. And then I connect like that. Let's see. Yes, very nice. All right. What? Oh, I did that further out on this side because I added an extra window on that side. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. I can rebuild that quite quickly. All right, so same sort of setup here, though. Just to kind of destroy that. And then just put the wall between those. and this wall in. Perfect. Now these are almost fully connected. I need the upstairs thing. Floor construction permit. That shouldn't take too long. And now I can basically start laying this out. So I only want small stands in here. However, I do want a few more than this. And I can figure that out. So, you might have noticed that this isn't staff only, this little segment here and that little cutout there. That wasn't intentional. that was a mistake, and I'm going to turn it into an intentional thing. Where I do this and this and this and then this, and now I zone all of that secure, and that's another way to connect the secure zones, although it's not the way I want people to walk. Oh, I didn't put crosswalks. That would help. Okay, now I can connect all of this. Now it's one. Wait, sorry. Now it's one big secure zone. Yippee. And now I can do this. Oh, wait. I didn't want to build that road. Oops. And now I can just build those. Perfect. I probably could have maximized that space better, but it doesn't really matter that much right now. I've got $2 million. Because I didn't ruin the bank yet. So I'm going to build a 5-wide taxiway right there. And build that about 4 units out on either side. And then I'll fill in these little aprons. And yeah. Okay, that looks very, very nice now. So yeah, this is the basic layout we're going to be going with. I want to get kind of like an upstairs area that connects these, but for now, this is fine as long as I can get automated boarding, which will probably happen in the next episode. So with, hold on, how much, I just want to check something. Did I do that centered? That would be 12,000. That would be 12. I did that centered. Wow. So if I did that, that's too far out. If I did that, that's right on. Okay. So eventually I'll upgrade that and I will kind of move this. But for the meantime, this is perfect. So in the next episode, I will pick up here. After I connect these taxiways, I will pick up here and I will continue setting this up, and we will hopefully have commercial flights in the next episode. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Thanks for the support on my previous I can't speak properly. On my previous Airport CEO series, that the first episode of that got nearly 400 views. Really love to see that. Thank you guys so much. Please be sure to check out the next episode of this coming soon. Also, I will be playing some more games in the near future, like Tower Simulator 3. I might be playing Sim Airport as well as this game, and Airport Sim, very similar name, but they're two completely different games. So please stick around to check those out. I'll also be doing some model airport content, but you know, that will be coming later down the line. So thank you guys so much for watching one more time, and please be sure to subscribe and check out my other content.